Let's take a look at some of the great extensibility and intelligence tools we've built directly into Dynamics 365 for Talent to ultimately make it easier to hire great quality candidates faster. We've seen in the previous videos how integration with LinkedIn Recruiter makes it really easy to identify great quality candidates to pull into our hiring process. When we receive high quality candidates from multiple different sources, we want to make it really easy for our hiring managers to then identify which are the strongest candidates to focus on. Within Dynamics 365 for Talent, AI will automatically identify the best quality candidates within our process. It does that using intelligence by looking at the job description and the skills that we've focused on for this role, and then the key details that our candidates have shared, their skills and their experience in education, and identifying who are the strongest candidates. Here we can see those key pieces of information have been pulled out by Dynamics 365 for Talent, and I can then jump directly into any of these applicants. This ultimately means I'm guided as a hiring manager on which candidates I should focus on early on in the process, so I can ultimately reduce my time to hire and identify the strongest candidates faster. The next thing we want to focus on is extensibility within Dynamics 365 for Talent. We manage this using Power Apps. Power Apps is a Microsoft product which enables our customers to embed apps directly within Dynamics 365 for Talent. We can build these apps to focus on our specific hiring process, whether that's industry-specific requirements or role-specific requirements that our customers have. These apps get embedded directly within the hiring process, meaning that we're having a consistent look and feel for our hiring team, but we really get to focus on capturing the information that's relevant for our specific organization. In this example, I've embedded a questionnaire Power App. I can go through and complete specific questions with a candidate that previously would have been captured within an Excel spreadsheet, score the various questions, and what's now going to happen is intelligence in the background is going to automatically score this application and identify whether we need to then share it using Microsoft Flow, our workflow tool, to send for approval from our hiring team. They can access the Flow app and really quickly understand exactly where we're at within this hiring process and whether this is a strong candidate. Furthermore, within this Power App, we've directly embedded Power BI analytics. So our hiring team who are reviewing this application can compare this candidate to others and understand whether they're a strong enough candidate to go through our hiring process. So what we've done using Power Apps, we've been able to extend our hiring process, make it specific for our organization and our specific needs, use the power of Microsoft Flow to trigger workflow so that our hiring teams can accept or reject this candidate directly within the application. And furthermore, we've supported it with Power BI analytics so that they can identify whether this candidate is strong enough to progress with during our hiring process. This is just one example of how we can use the power of Power Apps to extend our hiring process for our specific organization's needs. And there's many more examples, and we're excited for you to explore using Power Apps to extend your hiring process for your specific needs. Another requirement we've had from customers is to utilize the power of analytics directly within Dynamics 365 for Talent. Previously, our customers have been able to take the data from Dynamics 365 for Talent, import it into Power BI, and take advantage of great analytics tools available within Power BI. We wanted to make this much easier for our customers by providing them with an out-of-the-box solution, by providing the analytics reports that they regularly request directly within Dynamics 365 for Talent. It's now really easy for me within Dynamics to go ahead and understand rich insights about our application process, which candidates are progressing, which stages are they getting to, and who should we be focusing on to improve the quality of hire and fill our roles faster. This is the first edition of analytics directly within Dynamics 365 for Talent, but it's an area that we will really be focusing on going forward so that our customers can start to utilize other great tools from Power BI, things like our Q&A question tool, and rich insights directly within Dynamics 365 for Talent. These are 3 great examples of how we're providing extensibility and intelligence within Dynamics 365 for Talent to make it easier for our customers to hire great quality candidates faster. Thank you for listening.